All right, we ready? We live? You got some of our talking ahead of time? We was talking some shit.
Yo, I got a lot of living to do before I die. I ain't got time to waste. Time don't wait. Everything costs. Time been money. I don't fool with homie. Slime been funny. I don't do no jokes unless I'm the one telling them. Y'all nasty like 69. Y'all boys telling. Stay away from goofies. This is not a movie. Avoiding loopholes from U-Haul, you don't move.
Peace, big love, big blessings, even bigger living, everything that come with it and everything in between. You are tuned in to Thinking Out Loud with Samuel David. It's just a conversation. You see the vibes. I got a great guest today, but before I jump into introducing my guest, because once I introduce him, we off to the races. I want to give a major shout out to all our supporters, man. Thank y'all for our new subscribers, for the folks that are tuning into the show, liking and leaving comments on Thinking Out Loud with Samuel David on YouTube. The love is received. If you have not yet subscribed, I definitely would appreciate if you hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Thinking Out Loud with Samuel David, it's just a conversation. And on social medias, right? Thinking Out Loud Convo. TikTok, Instagram. Listen, we're trying to get these views up. The views count, the views matter, but I'll tell you what, it's the stories and the conversations that we having that'll sit with your heart. So all of your support is appreciated. Big shout out to Mowbray Art Gallery, our physical location. The artwork is crazy. You know the vibes. Pull up and check it out if you're in the Wichita, Kansas area. And last but not least, the man behind the lens. Big shout out to my dog, Gabriel Booker with GBC Visuals. I always say it, he might come from behind that fourth wall. The biggest love. All right, let's get to what we came here for. Today I have one of my brothers, one of my great friends for many moons, hip hop artist, producer, DJ, has his own radio show on Icon Radio. I said that right?
Yep.
Let's go, core DJ.
Yes, sir.
Let's go, member of We Go Crazy Community Entertainment Group here in Wichita. I have the one and only DJ Cadence.
Hey, man.
What's up, baby?
Man, appreciate you. Made me sound like I'm $1 million.
You are.
I appreciate it.
That's a big fact.
Appreciate it.
Listen. We had some great convo off camera. We might jump into that, right? But you definitely a good friend of mine, and I appreciate you pulling up today, first and foremost.
Anytime, man. I'm glad to be a part of it, man. I've been seeing you do big things, you know, so it's just cool to be a part of it. So thank you for having me.
Hey, 100 times. Listen, you know how I let us start the show, right? How is your spirit?
Man, honestly, my spirit is cool. You know, like kind of went through a little low spirit for a little bit, you know, after Christmas. My mom's came into town and stuff like that.
Word.
So, you know, I had my family in town and everything. And then after that, you know, you got back to the hustle and bustle of everything, you know, and was kind of feeling a little bit down and out. But, you know, just, I think really a lot of it was just kind of talking. People kind of hitting me up, asking me how I'm doing, how I'm feeling and things like that. You know, so I'm feeling better right now. Things are moving up. You know, we're doing things, so it's cool. So.
I like that. I like the honesty in that, man, because it's not often as brothers that we can share. Like, yo, I was going through a down time. Like, it was a rough patch in the holidays.
That's what we need. You know what I mean? Like everybody's so quick to say I'm good. You know what I mean? And we really ain't good. You know, so I think a lot of times it's good to let people know, like, man, today I don't feel good. You know what I mean? Today I'm not in that kind of mood right there. And you never know, that might bring you out of your funk to be able to get that out. You know what I mean? So I try to be as clear as I can. That's the Pisces in me, I guess. You know, emotions side of me. So
I think emotions are I think a man is at his strongest when he can acknowledge his emotions.
Facts.
Right? Acknowledge where they at. You may not have to succumb to that feeling, right? But when you can acknowledge, like, yo, I'm not feeling it today.
Facts.
I'm kind of down. Why am I feeling down? Oh, like holiday season. Holiday season's rough for me.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
From lost loved ones, things like that. So
I can't imagine, man. Just like I said, I had my family. This is the first year that I was able to have my family in my house. You know what I mean? I bought my house 2 years ago, and my family live all over the country. So last year they was like, well, we want to come to your house. I was like, y'all want to come to Kansas? Like, okay, I guess if y'all want to come, that's cool. So my cousin came from St. Louis, my sister came from Texas, my mom came from Charleston, you know, and they all flew in, drove in, everything, you know, and it was a cool feeling just to be, you know, when you get older, it's like the holidays start to mean more about being with your family and the
100%.
bigger things and stuff. So it was really cool to be the grown one for once. You know, sitting at the big
like
kids
that.
table. You know,
I like that.
It's
You
cool.
hosted.
Yeah.
You hosted. And I seen the photos. I see Eddie Legacy took photos.
That's my guy, man. Shout out to Eddie, boy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's an amazing artist. You know,
factuals.
if y'all don't know about Eddie, y'all should really check him out, man. He's one of them people that could take a picture. You give him $30 and he can make it look like it's $3 million. He's an amazing artist, man, and has a great spirit too. I really like his spirit, and his heart. You know what I mean?
Great
Good
spirit.
guy.
And I think that's important, that last part, great spirits, like surrounding yourself with folks with great spirits, recognizing where your spirit is at. But you mentioned how important it is to be able to say how you feeling. And you recognize a lot of times, like, how you doing? And fly by the wind. Mm-hmm. How long has that been a thought of yours? Is that something you always leaned on, or did you go through anything that made you like, whoa, let me be real?
You know, when we had our old job together, I used to keep a lot of that kind of inside, you know what I mean, and it was really tough. I had a couple of friends that I would kind of confide in and stuff like that, but you know, it's like you start to realize that all that starts to boil up on the inside, you know what I mean, and it's like you got to get that out, you know. So I started to realize the more that I started asking people questions and started talking to people and telling them how I felt. There was, you know, you get to a point in life where you feel like people don't really care about you. They just, especially when you in the position that I'm in, where everybody knows you before you know them, you know. So you get to the point where it's like, do they like Cadence as a person, or is it Cadence the DJ? You know what I mean? So it's like they don't care about me. They ain't worried about my problems. All they worried about is when they go to the club, I play the music they want to hear. You know what I mean? So then when you start putting that out there and saying, I don't feel good, I'm not in a good mood, you start to get people hitting you up that you never thought even cared, and would be like, hey, I'm checking in on you, you know, I seen you doing better, I'm just making sure you still doing better, them type of things, you know. So it's cool, man. It's cool just to be able to expand yourself and to let people know how you feeling, and people are receptive to it. Because, you know, growing up as a black man, you was told that's not cool, you know, especially my dad was a Marine. So, you know, so they definitely don't show, you know, none of that, you know, what you crying for, you know, all of that, you know, so it feels good to be able to talk about them things and get them out, you know.
Especially with people that you can trust and love, because I think it's one thing to be able to say how you feeling, and people don't really give a damn. It's like, how you feeling? Are you feeling better? Okay. Yo, can you do this for me?
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Versus that true support. Man, I love when somebody is able to say, if you need me, I'm here for you. Yeah. And they really be there for you. That means a lot to me too.
It means a lot to me too.
So, bro, you mentioned your pops was a Marine.
Yeah.
What was that like growing up?
It was crazy because you know, ironically, my pops is a Marine, but my mom is the strict one. You know what I mean? So my dad was a lot of talking. He'd talk your ear down. You know what I mean? Whenever you got in trouble and stuff like that, it was always, you know, he gonna talk to me for an hour, you know. Okay. My mom's put hands on you, you know what I mean, and get to talking a little bit later and stuff, you know. But it's like I love them both, you know, because they both showed me that there was an efficient way to be a parent on both sides. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta be that one that talks it through to your kids, and sometimes you gotta be the one to be a little bit more assertive and, you know, be that way. So it was like I learned a lot from both of them. You know, my dad was a single parent. My mom and dad separated, and my dad lived in Missouri, my mom lived in Charleston. So when I started getting wild, as all kids, boys do, you know, it's time to go live with your dad and learn how to be a man, you know. So my dad, like, cool. This was in the 90s where you never seen, I was like Boys in the Hood, you know what I mean?
That's what
like,
I'm seeing.
It's the same thing, you know what I mean? Like, my dad was really like, you got the run of the house, just be a man, act like you do what you're supposed to do, and, you know, you're going to be good. But a lot of people would ask me, did my mom pass? You know what I mean? Like, cause it was weird at that time to have somebody being, as a man, being, you know, a single parent like that. You know, so I think he did a great job. You know,
for sure.
Hey, I'm here. You know what I mean?
That's fire.
So, yeah.
Man, no, that's ill. My mom was a single mom, and she raised me by herself. And she tells everybody, I love my mother to death. She tells everybody, I was raising. They look like boys, but I was raising a man. Yeah. But I tell her, like, you raised a great person. Yeah. I don't think you could have made me a man. You know what I mean? Respectfully.
Yeah, respectfully.
Right. Do you think from because you're a parent as well.
Yeah.
Right. Which parental side do you lean more so on? Like the way your pops raised you and his parental style, or like your mom's style?
That's a good question, man. I would say I'm more like more like my dad, because I'm more chill more than anything. I always felt like I don't want to yell unless I have a reason to. So usually my kids know when I get to raising my voice, it's serious, you know. So I try not to, you know, I try to use it that way. You know, you can't just beat on kids the way they did us back in the day. You can't, you know, you can't do it the way they did us. But I think these kids are also a little bit more receptive to when you talk to them and you let them know how disappointed you are in them and things like that. And I think that as they get, if you teach your kids right when they're young, you don't have to do as much when they get older. You know, and I think that's where a lot of people kind of fall off. You know, oh, that's cute, he cussing. Oh, you know, he doing all the little funny stuff. Put him on TikTok, that's cute. You know, and then he turned 9, 10, 11, you can't control him, and he's 16 and he locked up. You know what I mean? Like, those are kind of the steps that happen. So, you know, I'm blessed to have good parents and have a lot of good family structure and stuff like that around me and stuff. So I try to do the same thing for my kids.
That's dope. No, it takes a village. That community and that family 100%. Structure is big. We were talking about off camera just about that family structure and the different things that they can pour into, which is fire, man. Yep. I wanna jump back to Pops real quick, because you say he was a Marine. He did a lot of conversation with you. Yeah. What's one of the illest lessons, lifelong lessons, that have stuck with you as a grown man that your Pops as a Marine gave you?
I would say the funny thing, a lot of people when they see this, they're gonna laugh about this, but it's just getting up in the morning and getting your life started. We was always up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Even when he wasn't in the Marines anymore and he had to go to work, he would have me go to my grandmother's house. So he would wake me up at like 4 in the morning and I'd have to go to my grandma's house, you know, and I would get ready from school and go to school from over there. So he always taught me that if you get up early in the morning, you can get so much more done. And then by the time, you know, you can take naps later, you can, you know, mess around later, but get up in the morning and get stuff done. To this day, I'm a morning person, you know, so when I leave the club at 3 in the morning, I'm usually up by 7, you know what I mean? And I'm trying to find something to do. Once the sun's up, I'm up with it, you know what I'm saying? So everybody knows me as a morning person. Like, why are you calling me this early? You know what I mean? Like, I'm completely backwards. I like to be up at night, but at the same time, if it's time to get up, I'm trying to get to it. So that's, I think, one of the biggest things he, you know, instilled in me. Yeah, no, that's real, because it makes we all got the same 24 hours. Yeah, but we all don't maximize it. Facts, 100%. Like they say, rich people don't sleep 8, 9 hours a day. You know what I mean? If you live on the West Coast and you sleep for 9 hours a day, the East Coast has already been 3, 4 hours into business. So you missing out on all types of stuff. So it's like, if you want to be successful in life, I'm not saying you need your sleep, don't get me wrong. You need your sleep and all that, but at the same time, you got to move when people are moving, when the markets are moving, when the business is happening and things. You can't just always be up in the middle of the night and then wondering why you're not getting nothing done, you know? That's real. So. That's real. Man, I read a book, or I'm reading a book. Me and my daughter shared. She ain't read it. She be playing with the game. But it's written by a Marine, and it says, make your bed first. And it talks about, like, yo, when you start your day, if that's your number one goal, your first goal when you wake up is to make your bed, you start your day hitting the goal, and then continue setting goals throughout the day that you can count those markers on. Yeah, that's a good thing. That's real. But man, hold on, you DJ. You up early, and you got to be up late DJing. Right? How do you balance that? Like, how do you balance life from personal relationships to all of that shaboing? I'm a living, walking example of, if you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life. So I don't really ever feel like, when I'm at the club, I don't feel like I'm working. I enjoy music. Like, a lot of people don't know, I played saxophone in 3rd grade all the way through high school. I was in madrigals, so I sang. I had my own studio, you know, like I rapped, I did all of this stuff. Music has always been the center point of my life. So to me, I never even thought I was gonna be a DJ. This was the last thing I ever thought I was gonna do, was be a DJ. What you was gonna do? What did you want to be when you grew up? I wanted to be like Devontae or Jodeci. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be the cool dude in the back with the glasses, you know what I mean? Just chill, come up in the front, ladies, how you doing? You know, and do that. That's the thing I wanted to do. You know what I mean? Be like a backup singer in Jodeci. That would have been perfect for me. Word. So, okay, now I'm seeing something now. Because I know when you DJ, you give roses to the ladies. Is that where some of that ladies' man energy came from? Well, just entertaining people. Before I was a DJ, I was always the dude that would come to the club and it'd be early. This is when you got to go back to, like, this is when people used to go to the club at 10 o'clock. You know what I mean? Like, that don't happen no more. You know what I mean? Like, I barely even started working at 10. But it's like now, it's like back then, we was in the club ready to party and dance at 10, 10:30, 11. If you wasn't at the club by 11, you wasn't getting in. You know, so I was one of them people that would come to the club, and it didn't matter if there was 4 people or 400. I'm on the dance floor dancing. So to me, it was always about entertainment. You know what I mean? So as a DJ, I looked at it when I seen DJs, I said, 1, they don't play the music that I like. 2, I feel like a lot of times they're not entertaining me. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be entertained. So that's why I started doing the things that I was doing. So when I became a DJ, it was like, people didn't even know my name at the time. All they knew was, oh, that's the dude to be running around dancing, and then he go up and DJ, you know, and then he DJing and dancing. Because I just wanted to have fun, you know what I mean? So that's always what it's been about with me. Because people say, it looks like you're enjoying yourself. I am. I'm having a blast.
Word.
You know? So
it's fun to see you because you really get busy. Like you having fun while you DJ, bro, and it's really dope as an artist, as a friend, as somebody in the club. I ain't been in the club in a very long time.
I don't blame you.
I ain't got much to do in there. But how disruptive is it, right? Like, and it can be a touchy subject for sure. But we've had a few tragic incidents in our clubs recently. Yeah. Right. Yeah. How disruptive? How's your spirit sit after situations like that? I guess I'll ask that first.
I'm a very empathetic person.
Yeah.
So when things happen like that, it affects me because, like, while I'm driving home, I'm feeling like that was my fault. What could I have played different? You know what I mean? What could I have said different in the room to make that one person that did something stupid for the rest of us not feel that type of way to where they had to be focused on that person instead of being focused on the music and the atmosphere I'm trying to present to people.
Yeah.
A lot of those type of thoughts go on in your head. I've been through, I've been DJing since I think it was 2008, I want to say, 2007, something like that. And this last 3 years is the first time I've ever had anything happen inside the club, starting with Enigma, and then Heroes had a problem, and then Rock Island, and then the party at Onyx. Rock Island and Onyx happened in the same weekend.
Yeah, I want you to keep going, but I just got to add the caveat, because it's not just folks fighting.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Like, when that's why I'm asking that question for you, and I just want to make sure that folks watching know that it's not just like fighting in the club. These are like incidents that have ended traumatic.
Yeah, like there's like people have pulled out guns. We've had people shot. We've had people killed. It's sad because people get away from what they got going on in life. They come to the club to get away from that type of stuff. And then it's like one person messes it up for everybody because they they woke up on the wrong side of the bed or had a wrong attitude or they scared or whatever, whatever the reason is, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just, you don't realize not only are you ruining your life, you ruining the person that you're trying to mess with, you ruining the people at the club, like I'm not gonna be at the club for the next month. I've taken the time to try and go away from the club for a little bit just to kind of get my mental space right.
That's important.
And and it's like that costs me money. You know what I mean? Like they don't think about that. Like the bartender at the club now ain't gonna have the type of money that they would normally make. And things like that. There's so much that goes into it. So it's just a sad situation. There's so many. And it happens constantly in Wichita. You know what I mean? Like we can all go back years after years after years. It's gotten worse right now. Don't get me wrong, it's gotten worse now. But we've had constant issues of people just fighting and all these problems in the bars and the clubs and stuff. And it's really sad because all we want to do is play good music. So.
No, that's real. And people want to go out and have fun.
Yeah.
And I gotta jump back a little bit because you said you get to thinking like, what could you have done different?
Yeah.
And as an empathetic person, I understand that, right? Because we often recognize your power in situations.
Oh, no doubt, yeah.
But I just got to tell you, bro, there's probably nothing you can do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I hope you have that peace.
I appreciate that. I mean, you know it on the inside. There's not a whole lot you can do, but at the same time, it's like for example, when I went to bed that night, I woke up and my first thought was, what could I have done differently? You know what I mean? Not even, that's just my subconscious asking me, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't DJing at the time, AC was DJing, and I was MCing, and I was like, well, man, maybe if I'd have been out on the dance floor, maybe that would, but then it's like, maybe I'd have got shot, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much else that could have happened because of that. So it's like, it's good to have, like I said, the people contacting you and saying how you feel and what's going on and things like that, so you can get them kind of thoughts out and stuff like that, because it's traumatic, you know what I mean? It's 100%. Traumatic, like I'm watching a movie and the movie's like there's a loud pop, the, you know, like the dude slams his hand down on the table, you know, and it's like my mind automatically goes to, you know, that weekend, and you know, and like I said, it's just sad, man. It's just really sad because it gives us a bad reputation. It gives the Old Town a bad reputation. It gives the clubs a bad reputation. It gives hip hop a bad reputation, you know, and things like that. To where people my age, they don't even want to go out because of these type of situations. When they like, oh man, I ain't been out. I'm like, ain't nothing wrong with you not going out. I don't blame you because one, they don't want to be in the club with their kids. You know what I mean?
That's a real thing.
Two, you know, they like, you know, it's not safe. You know what I mean? These people don't have nothing to live for, and I do when it comes down to it. So I'm gonna sit at home and, you know, and chill. So I get it why they feel that way.
Word. And I mean, it's not even just hip hop. I know one instance happened at an R&B night, and it's the whack part about those type of things. Like again, if it's a fight in the club, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But more times than not, when somebody they pulling up with that energy.
Yeah.
Like when they coming with negative energy, they pulling up like ready to be disruptive.
Yeah, I was at the R&B one too when that happened there, and it's like it's one of them things where it's just like we had never had a fight, an argument, anything go on because that's not the vibe of R&B. You know what I mean? We all in there singing, everybody holding hands, kumbaya, and you know, and everything, and then something like that happens. You know.
Yeah.
And like it's just sad. It really is sad that, you know, like I said, we can't just have a good time and enjoy ourselves and stuff like that. You know, and I don't know what the answer is because we've tried everything from the dress codes to putting people on ban lists to, you know, like to knowing who the people are that cause the problems and keeping them out the clubs. And I mean, we've tried everything, you know, so it's just an unfortunate situation, you know.
No, it really is, man. You said y'all do a lot of different things. I know y'all I'm in some of the groups y'all communicate with, right? How do y'all maintain collectively? Like, how do y'all maintain that balance of like, okay, we're gonna continue to provide fun energy, right, while taking that folks may fear for safety in consideration?
Yeah, it's just keeping an eye on your surroundings. Really, a whole lot of what it is. A lot of times you get in the club as a DJ and people think, oh, Cadence tripping, what he playing? Why is he playing this? You know what I mean? I wish he would play more of this artist or this artist. And they don't understand that my mindset is thinking about the way the club is going, the atmosphere that's in the room. If I'm seeing people just standing around, if I'm seeing the people who normally would cause problems starting to kind of eyeball each other across the room, like those are the things that I'm looking for that people ain't really paying attention to in the room because they drinking, they having a good time, enjoying themselves. They're not supposed to be looking for that. That's my job. You know what I mean? So it's like those are the things that they miss out on because they think as a DJ, I'm just in there playing music. You know what I mean? They don't understand half the stuff I play in the club, I don't listen to at home. You know what I mean? That's not my vibe. You know what I mean? But I'm in here to play music for the people in here to make sure they have a good time.
Straight up.
Know?
So your ideal night, if you was going strictly off the people responding to your energy with what you mixing, top 3 songs you play in the club.
Who? I don't know because it would depend on who's in the club. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm a pretty diverse person. I like to play all types of music. I love 90s stuff. So, you know, like if I could just play anything, if I'm in heaven, they like put you in a room and
like,
go DJ somewhere.
Go crazy. Go DJ for Jesus.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in the 90s and the 2000s, the early 2000s bag. I think music was different at that time. Like even we were saying earlier, even the music that was really like the gangster music still had a message behind it. You know what I mean? Even if it wasn't a message you necessarily wanted to hear at that time, it was still a message that was put behind it. And there was more diversity in the music because everybody wanted to be different. You know, now it's gotten to the point where it's like everybody wants to be popular. So to be popular, I gotta rap like Migos. I gotta rap like Uzi. I gotta have a beat like, you know, like these guys, you know what I mean? So that way I can get on and get to where they at, you know? So nobody believes in the process no more. That's what's changed in music, you know? So I'm more of that's why I like a lot more of the old stuff. And it carries, you know what I mean? I can play a lot of that stuff that was out 6 months ago, that was #1 hits. I play in the club, it'll clear the whole dance floor. But I can play stuff from 2006 and everybody, oh, that's my jam. You know what I mean? Like,
I seen the video of Steve Lacy performing, and like everybody was as soon as he stopped the part that was on TikTok, he lost the crowd.
Yep.
So that makes me think of that. Like
That's definitely like if you DJ for like the kids. I do a lot of birthday parties, you know, and they'd be like, you know, the younger generation birthday parties, and that's all they want to hear is that part that's on TikTok, and that's it. They'll stand and look at you dead in your face like they don't care about nothing else in that song. And then the little part come on, they do their little dance and you know and do all that, and then it's like, oh, play something else, you know, go to this song. And it's like music has changed so much. It really has. Our music has changed probably more than any other genre because I think that rap music is so easy to do when you think about it. You know, like if you want to be a country singer, you gotta get a microphone, you gotta get you a band, you gotta go do all this, pay for studio time. It's a lot that goes into that.
You almost gotta be able to sing.
You gotta be able to sing. You know, rock group, you gotta do the same. Even if you screaming and yelling, you still gotta get 5 collective people together to play that music and to agree that that's what we gonna do.
Yeah.
Rap, all I gotta do is go to Best Buy, pick up a little controller thing, boom, I'm in here. You know, and now I'm making music. Go on YouTube, download a song, I'm a rapper.
Little baby type beat.
Yeah.
And
you in. And then you got the plugins to be able to make the sound to where you sound like them. And, you know, a lot of people catch fire off of that. Ooh. You know what I mean? But the problem is that they don't learn how music, like why music works. Okay. They don't understand the insides of like, these type of songs make a person feel a certain type of way.
Vibrations.
The vibrations of the music, you know, and that's something that you get from being in church, from listening to R&B music, from listening to hip hop, listening to country, listening to rock, rap, all this stuff together, and you start to understand. Every time I hear a song that makes me want to dance, it sounds like this. Every time I feel a song that makes me angry, it sounds like this. So now we've gotten to the point where people are making songs, like they'll make a twerk song, but it's got a song that sounds like an angry, like it's a sliding song, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's so confusing in my head because I'm like, those ain't even supposed to go together. Yeah. You know, but then it turns out that the DJ, everybody mad at the DJ, like I don't support it. You know what I mean? But they don't understand the vibes that they putting out, you know? So
let me ask that, because the vibe is important. And man, this is when my mind really gets to thinking. Y'all know I rap and I'm really nice like that. But I asked, so
facts.
Where do you find that balance between the culture shift? Right, as a DJ, where before, like, it's been times I've been giving feedback from DJs and I'm like, but the shit I heard you playing at the club, but you ain't got the same type of critiques, but you rocking that. But this joint, you ain't, and this joint knocks. Like, how do you find that balance between, it's a couple things. I almost want to say familiar faces. I don't want to say local. Familiar faces giving you music versus what's hot. Or what's in the DJ pools.
Well, I would say there's two things that I think that a lot of people miss as, I don't want to say local artists because you're not really local no more. Internet has made it to where if you want to be a national artist, you're a national artist. You know what I'm saying? So, but when you're talking about those people who have interactions with you and stuff, it's about the networking that you're doing with people. So no matter what you're doing in life, whether you a stockbroker, you a rapper, you a drug dealer, it's all about the relationships that you build with the people around you. Wow. And a lot of times people don't build relationships and it just pop up, hey, play my song. Now you gotta realize, one, my job is not to play music for you. My job is to play music for y'all. You know what I mean? So if they don't know your music, it's real hard for me to just throw your song in the middle of that. You know, and a lot of times it's like you bring it to me at the club and you say, play my song in the club. And now I'm not just gonna run your song because if I just run it, then the club looks at me like, why are you playing this? Like I'm in here because like Cadence is my preacher. I expect him to give me the word. So if he playing music, I expect it to be good music. So if I just play your song and I ain't listen to it, we got a problem. Now everybody looking at me, Cadence, why you play that trash? That's blah, blah, you know, and all that. So it's like that's the wrong time. So a lot of it is about relationship networking and just building up that. And then two is making sure that your music has the right sound to it.
Okay, what you mean, like mix or what?
Like the mix to it. You know, your mix is very important. I should be able to play your song and it sounds just like if I can run it in with Drake and everybody wouldn't even know what's going on. That's what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? Something that sounds sonically correct. You know what I mean?
100.
And so and that costs money. You know what I mean? You gotta invest in yourself. A lot of people don't want to invest in themselves. You know what I mean? They think that it's supposed to be a handout because I didn't pay that much to be a rapper. So why am I about to go try to put in all this money to try to get it popping? You know what I mean? Like it's that whole situation that goes with that. So I would say more than anything, if you local or you trying to get in, build that relationship with them DJs. You know what I mean? And don't give up on just one song. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, when you make music, you feel like, and I know this because I was an artist, and you know this too. You got feelings involved in songs.
I'm an artist and I'm sensitive.
Yeah, I'm sensitive about my shit. And so you like, I know this song go hard because I was going through it with baby mama. She was tripping. I went to the studio. I wrote this song, and it's hard because all my niggas say they love the song. Then you give it to somebody else, and they like, it's cool, you know, because I ain't got them emotions to it.
Word.
So what happens with a lot of times with artists in our city is they go, Cadence is hating on me. Cadence don't rock with me. Yeah. So they go to their other friend and they go, don't mess with Cadence, because Cadence ain't gonna play your music. I ain't even heard this dude's music. He might actually have the music that I'm looking for. You know what I mean? But he feel like I'm not gonna go over to him because I know that my homeboy tried to get him played and he wouldn't play the stuff. Yeah. Now you done blocked your own opportunity. You know what I mean? So a lot of that happens in Wichita. A lot. Man, you know,
I think it happens anywhere people are in close proximity.
Facts. Oh right? Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
No matter where. But man, I just took a lot from that. The biggest thing I hear is it's always business, never personal. Yeah. And it's easy for, especially from a creative standpoint or from an artist, to feel personally attached to what you're doing, right? But you said a few things from building relationships, right? So the importance of network building and building relationships and not just making it strictly transactional. Yeah. I think that happens a lot of times. People want the relationship to be transactional, right?
And it's both sides of it. It's both sides. It's not just the artist has to be better with the DJs. The DJs have to be better with the artists. You know, and that includes being honest, giving feedback. You know what I mean? And supporting the records when they are good records. That's something that me and Twansack are doing with our mix show. You know, like
Smoking
Ride. Yep, the Smoking Ride mix show that we got. We got it now on 8 different stations. You know, and it's been moving. And what we do is we try to find independent artists to blend in with the stuff that y'all, you know, that everybody likes to listen to too. Word. So that way you listening to it. Okay, I got some Beat King. Okay, I got some Jay-Z. Boom. Oh, wait a minute. Who is this artist? Now I'm Shazamming that artist and I finding out who that is. So now I'm on to somebody new. That's what we trying to do, you know, trying to bring it together. You know?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna ask this question, and oftentimes people don't want to say it out loud because they don't want to put an endorsement on nobody.
Let's go. I'm here, man.
Who is your favorite up and coming independent artist?
My favorite up and coming from here?
I'd say from home that you like, yo, they on Smoking Ride, they getting played there, you got them in the club. You want to take them, like, you want to get them the isms.
Okay, so there's a couple of people that I've been playing a lot of good stuff for. Dizzy, I like a lot of his stuff.
Dizzy stuff.
He got a lot of energy, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I like a lot of his stuff. He's very versatile. Busy, I've been playing a lot of his stuff on our mixtape. He got a lot of good stuff too. So he's real dope. I like all the older artists too. I've been playing Rest in Peace to Dizzy. I've been playing his song a lot from the North. You know, so it's, you know, like I try to play a little bit of a lot of people. Jay Boyd, I play him a lot too.
Dope.
So, you know, just Boss Made. I mean, I could go on and on. It's like, but it's like I don't really have my mind on one artist really. Yeah. Because all of them bring something different to the table. You know what I mean? Fact. So, but it's just, but one thing that I do like about all the artists is like when we was out making music, it was a lot of competition, and I don't really feel that with them. You know what I mean? Like they working together, they networking together, a lot more collaborations. I'm sure there's the issues between people and all that, but it's not the way it was like when everybody was in their separate corners and stuff. So I think that that's really good. That's kind of what we doing when we go crazy. Just trying to put people together. It's going to network together and actually try to look forward so we can actually do something all together. So.
Whew, now my wheels really turning because we're talking collaboration and we go crazy. I've had Fluid and Flim both on the show talking We Go Crazy. Facts. And it's a lot of y'all that are in different pockets of the city doing big things to Oklahoma as well, right? Yep. Chubbs, AC, getting big. Like I'd be remiss to start name dropping and I miss somebody. But that collaborative effort in pushing the entertainment culture here is part of the Black Renaissance. Yeah. Right. As an artist, I gotta selfishly ask, what stops y'all from a collective We Go Crazy group saying, yo, no matter what, when we spin, we gonna train this audience for 30 minutes to fuck with the artists from the town. So we're gonna take this 30-minute block and spend nothing but town hits.
That's a good
and not
point.
just, I mean, some niggas might be like, yo, and it's like, that shit is weak. But we got some dope tunes out there.
I think we could definitely do it. The thing is, I think that the artists have to start promoting themselves to where people have an idea who these people are when we play their music. Okay. When I go to Kansas City, for example, shout out my man Rocky Montana. When they go out
Rocky
there,
Montana's good people.
It's like I've seen him turn the song off. And you know how like you can drop the beat out the song, a couple people sing a couple little parts of the song. I've seen him literally drop the song out and they sing the whole verse of the song. You know what I mean? Like there's so much love and support. That didn't just, and I know like people like, oh, that's because the DJs play. Kansas City don't all go to the club every single day. You know what I mean? Like that support outside of the club also. So them artists like D-Walk and K-Stylist and all them type of people, they out there, even the people that aren't as big as that, they out there pushing and moving their music. Yeah. So they moving it forward to where you almost have to force a DJ to play it. Because the DJ, like, if I don't play it, I'm behind the scenes. Like, I'm in Kansas City trying to figure out, like, is this gonna work in Wichita? Because these cats know every single word to their songs. You know, so it's a lot of the promotional side of it. And you know, like being seen, you know what I mean? Like necessarily, you don't have to be in the club, but just being out, letting people know. A lot of people don't even know a lot of these people are rappers. You know what I mean? You have to get out and promote yourself and say, this is what I do. Whether it's getting a video from Dre and making it look a million times. Like Dre take your videos, he take the budget that you give him and he makes you look like you spent $1 million on your video.
100%.
I don't know why nobody would not go through Dre. As long as he got the time and you got a good song, you should be going through him because he's constantly showed that. And that's where Wichita has to get on. Find people that are successful and latch onto that and everybody build up to that. So then that way you got an all-in-one shop. Now you got Dre. Now you got Tijuana helping you with your music stuff. Now you got Cadence pushing you in the club. Now you got a street team. Now you got Jalen out here promoting for you at the clubs. Now you got all this stuff working together, and that's how a machine works. Now Greg got to call you and say, why don't I have your music? You don't even have to go to Greg. He comes.
I was about to say, do the radio even? See that?
You know,
that's the question. Do the radio matter? Is the playlist?
Of course, radio matters. Yeah, radio matters. All of it matters though. Radio matters. Internet matters, blogs matter, all of that matters.
Everything collectively is the
yeah,
machine to push it.
You got to have it collectively because what is it to have it on the radio, but then can't nobody find you online? I tell artists that a lot of times, like, because me, I'm a big Shazam person. If I'm in the club, and let's say AC DJing, and he play a new song, I'm not going to AC to ask him what that song is. I'm going to grab my phone and Shazam it. Now I got the song and I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna download the song. So if you don't have them little parts in a row like that, now you might have missed out on Cadence playing your song, and then all of a sudden I'm playing it on a radio station that every Saturday I'm getting over 300,000 people listening to my radio show. Yeah. So now you've missed out because you didn't take that one small step that you needed that doesn't even cost you anything if you do it through like DistroKid or whatever. You know, you do it through, you know, little small amounts to be able to get you placed everywhere, you know,
So people don't know what they don't know. Yep. And we were talking earlier, business acumen, right? And I think a lot of times artists lack business acumen because 100%. They just want to get their thing off in music business, right? Music business is the biggest part. And I liken it to being a small business owner, right? Yep. And so I look to like the Create campaign or the Spark Academy, the different things that are in place for small business owners who may have this passion around cooking or passion around photography or passion around whatever it is that they're pushing, waist beads, whatever that small business is, right? And there's different academies to give them the game. Yeah. Has the We Go Crazy group looked and said, yo, we should put together a module or an academy for artists, not just to Meet the DJ, because Meet the DJ's got a whole different undertone to it and feel to it, right? But a type of academy that can help artists get equipped with the game they need.
I think that's a great idea.
You know what I mean? Because it's really challenging and it can almost be daunting to be like, yo, first off, I don't want to be told no.
Yeah, right. No doubt.
I'm not trying to be told no when I ask this DJ to spin my shit, because now I'd be mad. But it's not always the game being given. Right?
I agree.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I
like,
agree.
Is that something that y'all have looked at collectively to say, yo, let's take this artist?
We've thought about it, but we haven't really, we got a chat group, of course, like everybody else, and we sit and we talk about things like that, and we talk about artists. Collectively, we haven't gotten behind one artist altogether. I think, and I could be wrong, because I don't want to speak for everybody else in the group, but I know me personally, I'm kind of waiting for somebody to show me they have the initiative to do it without us. You know what I mean? Because I mean, like, I'm down to give you game. My door is always open, and I'm always here for anybody that feels like, you know, hey, maybe Cadence can help me out. That's cool. I got if I got the game, I'm gonna give it to you. But I can't give you everything. You know what I mean? So it's like, I want to be one piece of the puzzle. I don't want to be the board that sets up the whole puzzle for you. I want to be that little, oh man, we couldn't find the corner piece. Oh, there it is, boom. Now we know that's a castle over there in the corner. Now we got, you know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to be for somebody. And I think that's a lot where, because we trying to do our own thing also. You know what I mean? So, but I think as far as like Fluid, Fleming, AC, all of us, we all open books. You know what I mean? JR, we all feel like if it's something we can help y'all with, we all for it, you know what I mean? And we really, like, I know we the OGs, you know what I mean? We the OGs. And it's like, I want people to know that I want to be that cool OG. I don't want to be the one that's like, man, he kind of stand out, I can't really mess with him. I want it to be like, if you have those questions, come to me, because that's something that us as old heads got to instill to the youth to make it easier for them. Because we done been through all of these hoops and barrels. We've been through all of this, so why send them through the same things, you know? But they got to be receptive. It goes both ways.
That's a fact.
We got to give the information, and they have to be willing to receive it on both sides. You know? Building relationships. Back to it.
No, I appreciate you breaking that down. When I was planning our interview, I was like, do I want to talk to Cadence about the DJ artist relationship? I got to. That's my man. I got to spark that conversation.
Hey, when you asked me, I told you, whatever you want to talk about, I'm here. I'm an open book.
Yes. Okay, so let's shift gears a little bit. So, Devontae Swing was what you was gonna be in the club. You a ladies' man.
Hey.
I see all the ladies on your social media posts. Are you taking Cadence? Like, do you got Valentine's Day plans? Did you have Valentine's Day plans?
I'm not technically taking right now. I got my eye on somebody.
You got your okay.
Got my eye on something. You know,
that's word.
Usher, you know. But
watch this.
You know, yeah. I don't know. I'm a hard person to be with. Because my music is my first love. And a lot of people say that, you know what I mean? I'm almost like a football player. You know what I mean? Like somebody who's made it to the league. You know what I mean? Like, it's like that dedication that's what I have. So a lot of people, they like, he says music is what's important, but when I get in that circle, he gonna push that to the side. Now, I'm a hopeless romantic. I like stuff like that, you know. I like to cook. Everybody knows I be online cooking and doing all that type of stuff. So, you know, I'm looking for that. I'm looking for that, you know. But it's like you have to understand that it takes a strong person to be with me. That's why. And I understand that. A lot of times people can't be self-aware of themselves. And understand, like, I don't get why everybody can, you know, like, nah, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get why. I get why I'm a little tough to be with. You know, I'm a Pisces, I'm emotional. You know, I kind of want things my way. I'm a little stubborn, you know, so I get it, you know. But
ooh, self-awareness is key.
Oh, always.
Man,
always.
I asked the relationship thing because, you know, I'm 12 years in this year, married, right? And my marriage
y'all look so happy and everything. I mean, I know people go through their stuff, you know, and stuff, but y'all is like relationship goals. You know
I appreciate
what I mean? So shout out to y'all, man. I think that's real dope.
We go through what two people who have a common goal but may go about it different ways. We go through what they go through. Yeah. But at the end of the day, we know our goal is our goal collectively, and our individual goals are supported. So we're gonna find every way to make sure that happens.
That's beautiful.
So what y'all see on the internet is real motherfucking life. But no, so being married, as long as I've been married, man, it's a struggle to see different family or friends like going through divorces even, right? Yeah. And looking at that, I couldn't imagine in today's age being single and having like the idea of what a relationship could look like, because y'all see everything the other person is doing before y'all even engage in relationship, right?
Yeah. And being older, it's definitely weird, like going through what it's like to date back then and to date now. You know, it's completely different. You know? So. I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No, I don't like it. I really ain't.
But yeah, relationship stuff. So you were saying?
Yeah, so I don't really like the dating the way it is right now. Like it's so transactional these days. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's all about what you can do for me, and you know, these days, you know, and being a man that, like, not to talk my shit,
Hey,
but to be like, to feel like I'm pretty much got my stuff together. Everybody's got a little bit to work on, but you know what I'm saying? But I feel like I got my stuff together, you know, and it's just like, my patience is super thin, you know what I mean? So it's like one small thing, and it's like, boom, they gone. Like, nah, I ain't got time for that. You know what I mean? And it's like, so it's tough. I don't do it.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it. So when you look at relationships and you look at the opposite sex, and social media as well, like I'm seeing even the joints where they like dinner with me or movies, and it's stuff like that. Everybody is putting everything on blast what they're doing in their relationship, and you just gave me a kudos for my relationship on the internet, but I digress. But you say it's become transactional. When do you think that happened, and why do you think it's become like that?
That's a good question, and I'm one of the people that try to think on like sociology type of things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I wonder, did it, because you see a lot of women say, okay, so a lot of the men, and I know me included, I say women are so aggressive these days. Like, they almost like the man these days. You know, so it's like, I always wonder myself, like, is it because the man hasn't been inside the house, so the woman feels like she has to do all of these type of things, which is what women would say. Okay. You know, or is it that, you know, that they just feel like they have to run everything now. You know what I mean? So it's been, I don't know where it changed. I don't know where it happened, but it's like that male-driven energy. You know what I mean? You find it so much in single women. And a lot of them will be like, I'm looking for a husband, I'm looking for a boyfriend, I'm looking for this, you know, and that. And they lay it all out, you know what I mean? But the energy that they give you is very like that masculine type of energy. And it's like, I got to the point where I'm like, I'm mad. I'm telling girls, like, I'm just tired of all this masculine energy y'all keep putting out. And they like, well, why do you think I have to put this masculine? Because I've been around fuck niggas my whole life, and I have to feel like this is how I have to be able to get anything done. But the problem is that when they run into somebody like me, it's like, I'm looking for someone to complete, because I don't need the masculine energy. I got that, you know what I mean? It's like, that's where you run into the problems. So I don't know how it became transactional, but it's very, very, very transactional now. Yeah. Very transactional. It's like people just want, like, it's like, it's like people like, do I just want sex? Do I want relationship? Do I want relationship and sex? Am I looking for somebody to help me take care of my kids? Am I looking for somebody just to be a sneaky link? It's all these things are all rolled into one, and then you got social media who puts out all of this fake information for people. So you don't really find out who people are these days until you really get to meet them and really get to hang out with them and stuff like that. And then you start to realize this ain't who they putting out in social media. And that's what I like about dating before, because it was more about the interaction. Even if it was just text messaging and things like that, it was more the interaction between the two instead of what social media wants you to believe with people and stuff like that. So,
you dropping some isms in. I just have to say, ladies, I didn't say none of that. That was Cadence's views.
Hey, I know somebody gonna be mad about it, but that's the truth though. I feel like it's a lot of masculine energy out here, and I don't blame them for it. I don't blame them for it, because there is a lot of times where these women have had to kind of step up and be the man and the woman. So it's hard for them to understand when to be led and when to actually lead. You know what I mean? So I get it, but...
No, but I think there's a lot of truth in that, right? Is as women have become more and more empowered over generations, right? I think there is a disconnect on what each side of a relationship is really needing.
Yeah.
Right? Not necessarily what you want, but what do you need to be in your partnership?
I don't think we ask enough of what the other person needs. I think that's something that my last relationship was me just kind of assuming this is what she needs to be happy in this relationship, and also on the other side, she already knows what I need to be happy in this relationship. So there's no conversation in the middle of it to say that this is what I want, this is what you want, let's find a way to put this together.
Y'all both mind readers.
Exactly. So we both over here trying to read minds, and then you break up and everybody starts talking, then you want to talk after everybody breaks up, and then it's like, oh, okay, now I get it. Now I see why this didn't work A, B, and C, because we wasn't communicating with each other.
And so communication and comprehension are so important. Not just what you say, but make sure the other person receives it. Man, when I look at some of the homies, or even the internet, I'm like, yo, nobody's giving anybody room to grow.
100%.
It's like, let's start this relationship, and I want you to come in this relationship fully who you are, fully who you gonna be in life, not recognizing like, yo, we go through things. Like, something I say about marriage is like, I'm at the core, I'm who I was when I first got married, but things have happened in my life that have shifted my views, my thoughts, the way I communicate even, to bring me to where I am now. And likewise for my wife, right? And I don't think people understand that as they go through the courtship of trying to build a relationship. It's like, yo, we gonna jump in this thing, and you better, what you bringing to the table?
Yeah. And that's the mentality on both sides, honestly. You know what I mean? It's really gotten to men and women. Women are looking at what you bringing to the table, because I ain't got time to play around. I already been in and out of these stupid relationships, and I'm ready to get me a real man. And the man's like, I got my life together, and what are you bringing to the table? Because I'm not just about to give you everything after I've been working hard my whole life, and here you come to just try to take everything. So it's a lot of posturing in the corners, which is everything, it seems like these days. You know, it's like, whether it's politics, whether it's music, whatever it is, everybody's in the corner fighting in their corners, you know what I mean? And nobody's trying to come in the middle to try to figure out what we actually need to do to get it solved.
So I blame social media for the posturing, because then everybody's got their views, their thoughts, they put everything out there, and they make it look all grand and how they look it, right? But as a DJ, right, as you, R&B nights, things like that, how often are people meeting in the club? Like, how often are you in the club DJing, you see the lady and the man might be getting their thing on, then the next week you're getting busy, and okay, they're a little closer than they was the last time I was.
It's weird because it's not really like that no more. Like I used to see that back in the day, because being in the DJ booth, you could always see how everything works. You know what I mean? It was why I was always kind of offish to try and holler at girls, because I would look out from the stage and I would see how a dude, you could see him in his look, he'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go talk to her. And he'd start dancing and kind of move his way over to her, you know, and everything. She'd get close to him, and that homegirl come pull her, you know what I mean? And come tap on, girl, you gotta go, we're going to the bathroom, you know, and all. And I was like, woo, that can't be me, because I'm watching, so I'm embarrassed for him. You know, so I think now everything is it's all on phone, you know what I mean? So everybody just, you know, whatever, they just popping off the phone, internet, and then it just kind of goes from there. But you very seldomly ever see, you know, like, people kind of talking, next thing you know, they in the club and they hanging out together and all that. Like, it's not really the vibe no more. They don't really have that PDA like that anymore, you know what I mean? So
they want their spot blown up.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's really what it is, if you really want to be honest with it. Everybody got other people, and it's like, I ain't about to be up here, yo, and you like that, you know, so, till that liquor hits. And we play, you know, lovers and friends at the end of the night, and then all of a sudden everything's good, you know, and they button it open then. So then they send me a message in the morning, like, man, can you delete that snap? That snap you had on that last one, man. Go ahead, just delete that one if you could, man.
That's a real thing.
Oh, it happens all the time. All the time. And me, I don't even be doing it to put nobody out. You know, I'm just trying to show people I'm having a good time at the club, you know, whatever. You know, everybody's Flemmy always laughing about it, because I'm always showing my shoes, you know, and everything, and, you know, my pictures and stuff. And yeah, probably, I would say probably about once a week. Probably when I was in the club Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it would be at least once a week somebody hit me up. And sometimes it'd be people like, you don't even really know me, but I'm on your Snap. Can you take that picture? And they'll send you a screenshot of the video of everything in the thing. Can you take this off of your thing?
They hit you up. Hey, I see you was going through it. How you doing? Everything okay?
Yeah.
Word. Hey,
exactly. That's how I go too. That's how I go too.
Man, that's word.
What up, DJ? You know you're my favorite DJ, right? You know, yeah. So by the way. Can you take that one off?
Delete it. Delete that shit. So you talk music being your passion. That's your baby. That's your love. When did you know for a fact, like, yo, that was your purpose? When was that affirmed that, okay, this is my thing?
I never had a plan B. Plan A has always been music. I never had anything that I knew I was definitely gonna do. I mean, I went from, I got a guitar when I was in second grade.
Okay.
My stepdad plays guitar. My grandfather played guitar. So once I got that, I fell in love with it. My mom had me in a visual performing art school by third grade. So I was playing clarinet in third grade and then saxophone all the way through. Was always in choir classes when when choir wasn't a cool thing to be in, and then everybody realized it's just me and about 15 other guys and 60 other girls in the room. But, you know, even when everybody thought it wasn't cool to be in choir, I was in choir and then doing all that type of stuff. So music has just always been the center of my life. You know what I mean? It's always been the thing that's got me through, you know, like happy times, sad times. I might not remember somebody's name, but I can remember a request that you gave me 10 years ago because I remember that you said you liked that song. So every time I see you, I'll play Nicki Minaj, for example, because I know you like Nicki Minaj. So like it's like that type of stuff kind of like sticks with me, where your name might not even stick with me, you know, and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
oh, that's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope. That's definitely that. Music is all about the vibrations and how it makes people feel. Like you mentioned, sometimes people don't know why it makes them feel that way, but it's a legit vibration, the chords, all of that. I won't get technical, but it's dope to be able to be the curator of that energy for people.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying?
I love it. I've done weddings for people where they was like, we met at the club. You know, like me and my husband met at the club and we want you to be our DJ. Like those are some of the best feelings you have when you realize that, you know, you can't say that you listen to hip hop music in Wichita and not have had a good night with me at the club.
Word.
You know what I mean? In the last 15 years. You know what I mean? So that goes across. I'm starting to run into people, like I said, oh, you know, my mom's, you know, and stuff like that. You know, it's like, it's starting to get like that, you know, like, so I've went through generations of people coming to the club, and when I had a good night for my birthday, my 23rd birthday, or my 33rd birthday, you know, whatever, Cadence was there, Cadence rocked it out, I had a good time, you know what I mean? And that's a good feeling to have, you know what I mean? So it's real cool.
Bro, you've been getting busy for a minute, because we went from talking about how nobody's meeting in the club no more, ain't nobody getting married now, to having, like, there's been times where people, like, we met in the club, and we want you to be our DJ. Like, that's a great span.
I was the first black DJ in Old Town. There was no other DJs. They wouldn't even let us play hip hop in Old Town. You know, that's a whole history of Wichita that I wish we could get out to where people could understand just how far we've come as a community. My first place that I had in Old Town was at the Radisson, and it's the Broadview. I think it's Broadview now. Jury Hotel. So like when I was in there, everybody was playing like they play country all night or play pop all night, and then for like a best butt contest or something like that, a shake your ass contest, they'd play some, you know, shake that ass bitch, or some little, you know, Tootsie Roll stuff that's very cool PC rap music. They used to flip out because I played Yin Yang Twins. You know what I mean? Like it was like that was, you know, like they was like, I can't believe he playing that type of music down here.
Word.
You know, so we went through from that to people having to wear different clothes, you know, like we used to go to Dillard's, and we'd have to buy jeans for us to wear when we was out, and jeans for the club. You know what I mean? Because you couldn't get in because your clothes was too baggy and all of that, and you had to put a white person between you just because if you and your 3 black friends was getting in, you wasn't getting in the club.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like I've been through so many different places, from Loco Joe's, Lightning Joe's, Radisson, the Max, Doc Howard's. Everybody loves Doc's. You know what I mean? Liquid, you know, Rock Island. I mean, it just goes on and on, man. I've been in so many places, and I'm just blessed. You know what I mean? Because it's amazing to feel just to see so much turn. You know what I mean? And how music has changed, and I can still be relevant at that time. You know what I mean? So to me, it's a blessing.
No, that's a real life blessing, bro. And it's ill to think. I remember a lot of those things. So I gotta ask, like, 15 years, because you mentioned you've been getting busy for 15 years. 15 years ago, let me flip it. What do you think the Cadence from 15 years ago would tell the Cadence right now?
Ooh, that's a good question. What would the Cadence from 15 years ago tell me now? Be confident in yourself. Back then, I'm a Pisces. I keep saying it. I'm a Pisces. So I'm super emotional. I'm an artist, so I'm very emotional. You know what I mean? And it's like, my whole life was basically I want people to like me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So growing up as an artist, you understand this as an artist, when you artistically putting yourself out, people aren't gonna like you for whatever reason. It could be that you're better than them. It could be that you just rubbed them wrong. It could just be that y'all just don't click.
Yeah.
I used to spend nights, me and Dante Davis used to do all the graphics and stuff back out in Wichita. Shout out to Dante. I used to ask Dante, I'd go over there to get my graphics done, and he'd be like, man, you the buzz of the town. This is when I wasn't even DJing, you know, this is just me being a rapper, you know. And such and such don't like you, and they think this about you, and blah, 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 blah. And I would just drive home with no music on, just thinking, like, why don't these people like me? What did I do to them to not make them feel like they don't like me? And then you start to realize that it doesn't matter, you know what I mean? Because it's like you start realizing your fans you got way more fans than you do people that are haters. It's just your people that are haters are louder. You know what I mean? So your fans, they looking at you like, I ain't gotta tell Sam he doing a good job because he know he doing a good job. I support him. Anytime I see him, I shake his hand, he cool. No problem. Your haters are over here, oh man, because they want everybody not to like you the way they don't like you.
Fact.
You know what I mean? So it's like, once you kind of get over that, you start to realize that I am who I am, and they just gonna have to accept me for who I am. You know, everything kind of got better after that. Wow. But yeah, I had some sleepless nights. I mean, I had some really sleepless nights because there's a lot of people that I respected, and you know how people are. They cool in your face and then turn around and have something bad to say behind your back. You know what I mean? And I just couldn't figure it out. I'm like, these people smiling in my face like we cool, and then we really ain't cool. And then when you find out, they mad because you actually be like, okay, so I'm not messing with you. So now they even more mad. You know what I mean? Because you found out they didn't like you.
Fact.
You know, so it was tough, but that's definitely what I would tell myself. You know, just be confident in who you are. You know what I mean? And be unapologetic at who you are because you a cool person. So
I like that. Now you one of the greatest, man, and I appreciate you spending some time with me. Before we close out all the way, let the people know where they could find you, social media, your show you co-host with Twansack. Let everybody know where they can find you.
For sure, man. Y'all know what it is. Y'all can find me everywhere around the city. You can find me on Instagram, DJ Cadence 316. Find me on TikTok, DJ Cadence. I need y'all followers. Please follow me so I can go live on there. I just started because I was one of them old people that was like, I don't need a TikTok. But I just found out I can go live on there and do my thing. Y'all know how I be getting down on the Facebook before they started blocking me and stuff. So follow me, DJ Cadence. Just follow me wherever you see me, man. I support everybody. If you got good music, holler at us, man. Me and my man Twansack, like I said, we on a gang of different radio stations. We picking up more every day. So we here for the love, we here for the support, and if you got some good music, holler at me so we can get it popping.
I love it. Listen, Cadence, I genuinely appreciate you taking some time to sit with me.
Hey man, it's love, bro.
It's like the biggest love.
There's not a whole lot of people I consider a friend down here, and you are one of them. So I appreciate you for having me here, bro.
Oh man, the biggest love. And you know, before we go, I gotta plant the roses, man. You are truly a foundation in this city when it comes to the hip hop and the culture. I appreciate the isms you given to the youngins, and I appreciate your openness to receive from them as well, because that's how you keep this thing going. Like, it's really dope. Continue to mash, and I hope you get everything that you work towards, and that your heart's desire is filled to the maximum level, man.
You too, my guy.
Biggest love.
100%.
Listen, this has been Thinking Out Loud with Samuel David, with my man DJ Cadence. Peace, big love, big blessings, and everything that come with it. Holla. Good to go? All right.
Dope,
no, we got to get a flick.
Dope.
We got to get a flick. For sure. This was fun.
I got a lot of living to do before I die. I ain't got time to waste. Time don't wait. Everything costs. Time been money. I don't fool with homie. Slime been funny. I don't do no jokes unless I'm the one telling them. Y'all nasty like 69. Y'all boys telling. Stay away from goofies. This is not a movie. Avoiding loopholes from U-Haul, you don't move me.